Warning, the following episode of Boots on the Ground contains mature language. View at your own discretion.
Far from Saturday as one can be.
Oh yeah. Anyway, it is September 11th, and this is Boots on the Ground, episode 15. I'm here joined by...
people.
I don't care.
People.
People, I guess.
Various dust personalities.
Exactly.
From across the globe.
Starting with the person to the far left, we have Delta Iden. How's it going, Iden?
Hello, I'm good. I'm tired. It's 1 in the morning.
And also joining us is Cookie. How's it going, Cookie?
Good, sir.
Leoso, to my this side. How's it going?
It's going good.
And finally we have Chicago Cubs something.
Chicago Cubs forever. Pleasure to be on here, fellas.
So tonight's show is going to be a bit different. We were waiting on Kane, but screw that. We're going to talk about the tournament first, and that's going to be our first part, because Iden has to go to sleep. And we were meant to start 40 minutes ago, but so it doesn't actually matter in the end. Iden's still going to be up until like 4 in the morning.
It's not me that needs to be asleep, it's that people are sleeping and they need to be up early, so...
Okay,
That's
well...
why I need to rant and be quiet at the same time.
So yeah, we're going to start with the tournament, then we're going to move on to news. That'll be a separate video, part 2, and then we're going to do Planetary Conquest stuff, because there's actually been things to talk about. Not been the case for the last 3 or 4 shows.
How about content?
Anyway, Aiden, you have a rant, so just go for it.
So... I don't even know where to start, really, but... It just started out as Urgent Fury. Everyone knows like how Urgent Fury started with this tournament. It went from being like a 16v16 skirmish to 16v16 domination to 8v8 domination back to 16v16 skirmish, and there were all those problems with that. And then Gimbal invited me to a random Eon scrub team, not scrub team, they're pretty good. Just to make up the numbers, because they signed up with the 8v8. Just to make up the numbers, I joined in. They're pretty cool. And then there was the round robin phase, which was 27 matches per team, or 27 matches total if you're in a team. And we won every single match. And at the end of that, just this week, we got the brackets for the next phase. Which, why would you run a round robin phase and then a bracket phase? Why not just run one or the other as a single elimination? And those 27 wins have counted literally for nothing at all. The seeding used in the brackets wasn't using something that is a correct way to seed at all.
Well, it wasn't influenced at all by the 27 wins.
Yeah, that's how it felt, because we were the number 1 seed, and we didn't get placed against the number 8 seed, which is how it should work. We got placed against the number 3rd seed, and they outplayed us, and good game to them, but they shouldn't have played us in the first place. And that was the first part of the rant. I'm trying to not say something I promised to not say to someone.
Stop teasing it.
I'm going to tease it because I really want to say it. It's the only way I could stop. And then the next bit was the running of the tournament, and the communication was the first day of the round robin phase. There were the issues where Urgent Fury asked for people's PlayStation Network IDs, and then lots of people didn't get invited into the matches, which Urgent Fury hastily changed the rules, we believe, to say dust accounts. And they're like, no, we said this all the time. And like everyone else is like, we don't believe you. And that's where CCP Logibro came in. And then from that point on, CCP Logibro was running the tournament, because he was the only point of contact at all. Urgent Fury stopped replying to private messages. They stopped replying to support tickets. They didn't post on their own forums or their own instant chat at all. We haven't had a ladder update for the round robin phase at all. We weren't informed of the brackets beforehand. The only time we knew was on the day, if I recall, or the day before, thanks to CCP Logibro chasing them up. And to top it off, like, they're not even halfway through for the US tournament, so they're going to have to deal with this down the line. They've got 20 more matches minimum, Cubs, is that right? 20, 30 more matches?
We have 6 more scheduled, or 5 more scheduled at the moment.
So 5 times, so you got 15 matches, 5 rounds, 15 matches. And then you've got to wait for the brackets, and then you've got to do the brackets as well. Which, like, the bracket elimination is like, because only 8 people are in the brackets. So for your side, you've got 13 teams are going to get eliminated, if I'm right, I think. But for our side, 2 teams got eliminated. It went from 10 teams down to 2. Those 2 teams didn't play a single match at all. And then a further 2 teams, they only played some of their matches. There were quite a few no-shows. And then back to the brackets again. First seed played 3rd seed. 2nd seed played 4th seed. So in the quarterfinals on Monday, which was, Monday, 2 of the top teams would be eliminated no matter what. 2 of the top 4 would have been eliminated, which means none of them would get a chance at least a 3rd place prize. And then 5th and 6th seed fought 7th and 8th seed, who I don't think showed up. I can't remember. I'm not sure if they're matches or not, but we basically saw that as a free pass for them. So the entire running of it has just been a ridiculous shambles, and it's just been extremely unprofessional. I'm not even going to get into the website because people have touched on the website being 6 meg download per page. It's ridiculous. I'm trying to keep my voice down because people are sleeping. That's my calm. You should have seen me yesterday when I actually had some rant in me. But it's just not been. It's not been a fun thing. It's been fun to play in the matches, but to try and deal with it, like I'm not even a team leader, so I don't know what the team leaders were going through as well to try and get through any communication at all from Urgent Fury. It's just been.
I don't think GW got pretty much any.
Yeah, JW's been. I feel for JW, and we had some. But he had some fun. We've had some fun as no free pass, just getting all those wins and all that money, and then like losing. There's the part where it counted for nothing. Like we went from being like the first few matches in the round robin phase. We went from being, if we lose, we're kind of burnt out on dust. We might just forfeit all the matches, and then we like stomped our first few matches. We're like, wow, okay, we're having fun here. We're doing really well. Let's go. And then it was basically we all logged on beforehand, like 10 minutes beforehand. We all squadded up. We were like, okay, we gotta make sure we never drop a single match. And then that was the goal. It wasn't to win the tournament. It was just not drop a single match. And then we did that. And then we were like, yeah, let's win this. Now the brackets are coming up. And then we lost. And that's the other thing. The finals on Friday, which I assume will be, I'm guessing will be Grupo versus What the French, is going to be a best of 7. That's 4 hours of non-stop matches.
Oh, that's nothing. Come on.
That's not even a day of PC.
Yeah. That's us before dinner.
It's just. I'm speechless.
Frustrating.
It is frustrating. It was really fun playing the matches. Like the matches were really, really, really fun when they were like especially close.
When the other team showed up, yes.
Yeah, I know you've had quite a lot of people not turn show up. We had, I think quite a lot of people didn't show up either on our side. There was the first people we were supposed to play who was the Gods Mob, smack talked us when they didn't get invites, and like just started smack talking constantly and got really mad. And then they didn't show up at all. Like they even said on Urgent Fury, "Imagine if we got invited, you'd be out of this tournament right now," and stuff like that. And they didn't show up to any match after that. But I really want to say that thing. I really want to need to stop hinting at it, but I mean, I'm going to stop. I think
Well, I'm
that's
gonna
the,
coax some more
frontier.
stuff out of you that isn't that thing, because I know what that thing is.
Yeah.
Sorry to everybody listening who's really curious, but
Doesn't know the thing.
You'll
Yeah.
never know unless the person in question says it. But I doubt he will, and I'm not going to.
yeah, it would be unprofessional. What I
Yeah.
will say though is that the problems that we're dealing with on the EU side, North America won't have to deal with.
Yeah, that's something they won't deal with. They especially the seeding things, which is the big thing. This Logibro said that he's going to ignore Urgent Fury seeding system completely and just actually use the correct seeding system, the one
Hopefully,
that people
he's
use
the
in
one
real
that
life.
is everything. He's kept better records
Yeah,
than
he is.
anybody else. And the guy's on top of it. I mean,
Well, he said to me. Yeah, he said to me. Me and Gimbal were talking to him Monday night, and he said to me, "My first point of contact of dealing with this tournament was on the Monday when people had these problems not being able to enter the matches, and from then on, that was his point. He wasn't briefed beforehand because he wasn't supposed to deal with it, and then he ended up dealing with it.
Well, he only started working
And
at
then
CCP around that time anyway.
Yeah, it probably was. So, and then from then on, he was the only point of contact at all for all players for 31, 33 teams, if you count both regions. He's been doing a good job as well, though, to be fair, and he's not committed suicide yet, which is a good thing.
Great hire, by the way.
Definitely hire of the year, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he ain't getting a bonus, I really feel sorry for CCB. I mean, the guy, I mean, yeah, I've had the pleasure of talking to him on Skype a couple times, just random questions about the tournament. He's been very forthcoming, and I feel bad about, taking time out of his day, asking what I consider pretty silly questions that we don't even have the answers to.
Yeah.
Like one question was, as it stands right now, like with the North American with the North American one, the schedule is only for 18 rounds. So there's 21 teams. We already have a bye, so basically we don't play 3 teams. That's fine with me. I mean, it's long enough as it is. And I asked him the same question. He didn't even have the answer. He's like, look, the schedule that's posted on the UF site is the schedule that he has. So he's like, if I find out anything else, I'll let you know. And I still haven't heard anything from him yet.
Yeah, it's literally become a point there, Logibro. Like, obviously he hasn't been completely happy with how it's come out. Obviously, you can tell that just by observation. But he's just there to enforce what UF have said, because you can't really go around and say, like, you're doing this wrong, we'll do that. Although he is doing that with the seedings, because the seedings were trying to maintain professionalism as much was utterly stupid. I don't know anything that uses any seeding system other than the actual seeding system.
What do you guys know? What's his normal function at CCP?
He is a community manager, so he just deals with us. Unfortunately, just does.
He just answers questions on Twitter and posts on the forums
I-
and moderates the
I
forums
didn't
and
know-
stuff.
collects feedback.
Like, we're taking him away from dev duties, which it just made me feel.
No, he's not a dev. He's I don't know, he might be a dev, but he collects information and suggestions, bug reports, things. So basically, he's the point of contact for the players.
Company face.
Yeah,
The players.
company face without all the marketing, PR, generally.
Okay,
Yeah.
and the other thing is, we're hopefully getting another tournament almost straight after this one, hinting who is doing one.
I'll
It will have none of these problems.
yes, it will be CCP Logibro, and depending how fast I can do it and myself. If not, it'll just be CCP Logibro running his own one. In terms of an NA side of the tournament, so far what I've talked with is 8v8 format. It's played over single elimination bracket over a weekend, so it'll be start playing on the Saturday and you'll finish on the Sunday.
Although
And it'll be
depending on the
two-
size of the bracket, it might just be a one-day thing.
Yeah, it could even be one day. If it's 8 teams, it could be one day over 3 rounds. If it's 16 teams, it could be 2 days over 4 rounds, and then that's it. And then we'll have some prizes, which I haven't gone into detail yet with CCP, because I basically need them to tell me here's what we want to do as prizes, because it'll be in-game item prizes. So far is what we've thought of. Have I just muted myself?
No.
No. You did the mute thing, just put him prepared.
I'm glad you put the razor down, though. I was starting to think the tournament was worse than you make it sound.
No, like it's got like a spongy thing, and I like to. But yes, ESL will be running just tournaments soon. Maybe not for NA. I think I may need to wait until the Urgent Fury thing's done before Logibro is freed up on that side. But EU definitely soon. Maybe before 1.4 comes out. Maybe in the last week. So everyone's used to 1.4. If not, just after 1.5.
You want to do it on. You don't want to do it like split patches though, although it probably will just be a weekend thing.
Yeah, it's because that's if you do across split patches, it's kind of like if something game changing changes. For example, the team squad vision. There you go. Squad vision getting disabled in 1.4 was massive for gameplay, and the scanner buff that came with that changed the way things do it. Like some people got to practice it, some people didn't. That's the type of thing I wish to avoid. So, and then after these small weekend cups, after a few of them, maybe a big tournament, but I haven't got that far yet. So that's the news from the ESL side.
Cool. I mean, the only thing I have to say is like the only thing that could get worse is if is it UF?
If I
can't even Urgent Fury. Yeah, I can't even be bothered remembering their name anymore. That's how bad they are. I really hope they don't try and just duck and run. Like, forget the tournament didn't even happen. And or pretend the tournament didn't even happen, and then just say, we don't have to pay prizes. That's that's what, although in Own's case, it was because they went bankrupt. That's what happened with that EVE tournament.
Yeah. Which EVE tournament?
The New Eden
New
Open.
Eden Open.
Yeah.
Oh.
That 10
Oh,
grand
it-
prize pool, CCP actually paid out of their own pocket.
I was gonna say they ended up eating it, didn't they?
Oh, that was Owned was supposed to pay that? I did not know that. Oh yeah, but they owned were going bankrupt, so fair enough. Going bankrupt's a bit different to be saying like, no, I'm not paying it. Although to be fair, like the ISK prizes and the main prize, which is the planetary naming, is done by CCP. And to be fair, Logibro is handling. Logibro is the only person who's keeping track of the ladders, like the ladder rankings and stuff. Like Urgent Fury haven't updated it. Some people have even got incorrect things. Some people have got double losses for the same thing. I know that currently No Free Pass is on 3 wins and 0 losses on Urgent Fury, so they counted our first match versus the French, and that's it. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's about 20 minutes of us bashing on Urgent Fury. Does anyone have anything else to add before we move on to things that aren't shit?
I really, like I said, I mean, I had I've been on Urgent Fury for many years now. You know, back in the SOCOM days. You know, they went through an ownership change, and honestly, what we're experiencing now is not characteristic of my experience with Urgent Fury. I mean, I can't explain what the difference is now, or what happened in between. You know, 4 or 5 years ago, you know, at SOCOM when they used to run tournaments, they run Call of Duty tournaments. They were always highly organized. What's happening now, I can't even explain. But something has changed on their end, and you know, we don't know what it is. And we're experiencing the brunt of it, unfortunately, which sucks.
Cookie, you looking forward to having an 8v8 tournament to play in this time?
Yeah, it'd be nice. I wouldn't have to scramble to try and fill that in right now with activity. We could just go play.
I kind of want to be in Eon now because you've got so many PC matches. Literally, like, I could log into Dust and be like, "Oh, this match is going on. I can just win this."
Yeah, Eon's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm
We try.
tempted. I'm tempted, but I'd like to just go back. I really don't like, although PC matches are different, I really don't like going into squads and stomping people.
We'll
That's
come in
it.
That's
PC and
something we'll
stomp
talk
people.
about though in the
Yeah,
next part.
yeah, it's true. Although I won't be there. No, you have to speak on my behalf.
Okay, shall we just wrap that up?
Yeah.
Yeah, tournament was pretty bad. We're gonna move on to things that are actually good. So we'll be back. Well, this is the end of the video, so we'll see you for part 2, I guess.
Bye. Now I'm going to go to sleep.